Well, good morning. For those of you unfamiliar with this process, it's custom that the Chief Executive has the privilege of actually opening the first inaugural council meeting. Just before I do that, I just want to acknowledge our Mayor and our new council. Congratulations on the council result, and I'm certainly looking forward to the next 3 years and the contribution that you will be making to this organisation and to our community. I'd also like to acknowledge our community board members present today, our kaumātua who are also with us, as well as friends and our general public and also staff. With that, I'd like to declare open our inaugural council meeting of the day and call for any apologies, of which there appear to be none. So now I'd like to move forward and ask the Mayor to come forward for her declaration.
I, Stephanie Ann Chadwick, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform, in the best interests of the Rotorua District, the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed on me as the Mayor of Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act. Tēnā tātou katoa, ngā mihi nui kia koutou, and good morning everybody. And welcome to those of the Council who are here today, our 10 Council members, those Lakes and Rural Community Board members who joined us this morning, and the members of Te Tātou o Te Arawa, friends, family, staff and the public who are here with us today. We've signalled a new way of working together on our very first strategic planning sessions and our orientation. We've still got 2 more sessions, after which I will make the final decision of committees and council position holders. But I have decided today, Mr. Chief Executive, to commission and request your permission to commission Te Puia to make a cloak, a small cape for me to wear that signals the new relationship with Te Arawa Tātou Tātou. These chains, while these chains are hugely significant, I believe they should sit in the council chamber to be used at very ceremonial occasions, but for the purpose of running the affairs of this district, I'd feel much more comfortable to wear a small cloak, a small cape that signifies our new relationship. I also wish to acknowledge the loss of 2 councillors who each contributed in very different ways to this council table and who will be missed and valued because of their perspective, Councillors Janet Wepper and Councillor Mike McVicker. I'm already meeting people out on the street who didn't even know that those valued councillors didn't make the final cut. That's politics, and as we said in the Galleria, and those voices from the people of Te Arawa were very strong. Thank you today for that very significant porphyry. It is the way we handle defeat, which is the symbol for others aspiring to leadership positions. We wish those councillors well, who are no longer with us. I also want to acknowledge the success of Councillor Raj Kumar. It's wonderful to be joined by you today. Especially with you and your family and your kaumātua Hari here today beside you. It's lovely to welcome you. And later this afternoon, I'll be welcoming board members Shirley Trumper, Chris Sutton, Ewan McLaughlin, Bob Martin, Phil Thomas, Jim Stanton, Fred Stevens, Nick Chater, and the wider council. It is my wish that a representative of both the Rural and the Lakes Board joins the council committee table along with Te Tato o Te Arawa. This council, in the fullness of time after our strategic meetings, will consider whether or not voting rights will be extended. I will not make that decision. To the executive, thank you for shepherding us through the past 3 years, implementing our Vision 2030. You remained professional, Jeff, and worked so hard in a challenging 3 years to lay the foundation of a strategic way of working that puts us in good stead as we go forward now with the Rotorua way for the next 3 years and beyond. I'd also like to publicly thank our MPs who don't often get a mention in this chamber. Those 3 MPs have supported us and the wishes of Rotorua. We've achieved so much together from the start of our roading, our sewage schemes to Easter trading, and also their support for the model of Te Tato o Te Arawa, which is about now to be rolled out to other councils. We can only work for the betterment of our district by working together. We wish those MPs well for their elections in 2017. To those in the most important aspect of our mahi, you the community and the public, those 45.9% who voted and the rest who also matter, we didn't seem to inspire them to want to make their mark. I want to lay out that this will be a less revolutionary term, but evolution of change will continue to consolidate the gains of the last 3 years. We've heard from those who voiced or showed their opinion and who have studied Facebook and Twitter that those warriors felt compelled to bully, threaten and attempt to compel council with their own view of the truth. I myself would rather hear the voices spoken in the Galleria this morning. Change had to happen to avoid a financial crisis, and it did, and it will continue at a slower pace, and we hope to bring the public with us. We will all use all medium to share those changes that affect you and impact on your lives, including fronting on the hard decisions. We as a council realise and respect that that is our job of leadership. Innovation will continue to be a hallmark of this council. We are seen as progressive and we feed on thinking and new ideas. Some work and some don't, and it doesn't matter to say we got that wrong, let's have another look at it. And some aspects of the last 3 years we may have been able to do better. We have to be innovative to stimulate engagement and participation and restore a belief in ourselves. As a district and a people of Rotorua, this has begun. We are on a roll and we now are on a journey. Consolidation. We'll continue building on our sustainable financial strategy that gives you, the ratepayers, confidence. Confidence in this council and confidence that your money is being wisely spent. This term will focus largely on infrastructure. Sustainable infrastructure that supports growth, keeps us ahead of the game, maintains the delicate environment to preserve and improve our lakes, and keeps up with 21st century demands to manage water and waste. We will be announcing major infrastructure projects for sewage, wastewater and roading. One of the new aspects of connectivity that I believe we really need to look at is the digital space, and Sir Toby alluded to it. This is the most exciting approach that involves us all to be a smart, connected community, which enables improved learning for our school kids through to informatics about our fabulous place. Informatics is just telling our story better, and we're richer, but in the digital space. I want our digital plan to be implemented, and I'm sure I'm shared here by this aspiration by our Deputy Mayor and other council members who have asked us to move into this space. In conclusion, when re-elected as your Mayor for another term, I was humbled and relieved. I have to say my husband was delighted because he didn't like Plan B. But I want to thank you, John, for your support through a very difficult 3 years where the public didn't seem to understand the aspiration that we held together for our grandchildren. I gave Jeff Williams, our CEO, a letter of expectations on the Monday morning after which I was elected. Since, Jeff, I have shared that with all our fellow councillors and also the community and the Rural and Lakes Board. I would really like the people of Rotorua to feel proud of ourselves, working collaboratively and innovatively to shape our very unique place, our culture and our people. We should aspire to be socially inclusive, sustainable and enterprising. I just want to finish by a whakatoki. E hara takutoi, te toa takitahi, engari hei toa takitini ke. My strength doesn't come from me alone. My strength comes from many. Thank you. Inviting you in turn to the table, and you can make your declaration and we'll take it in alphabetical order. Do I go up here? Yes, right.
I, Peter Nicholas Bentley, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of Rotorua District the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Isn't it? Any other act. Well done, Peter. Be so pleased. Thanks, Peter. Now, Dave Donaldson.
I, David Werner Donaldson, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua District the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
We'll get it later, Dave. Councillor Mark Gould.
Not a councillor until sworn in.
Oh, well. I'll swear you in.
I, Mark Gould, declare that I will faithfully, impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua District the powers, authorities, duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act, dated at Rotorua this 25th day of October 2016.
Well done. Now he's sworn in. Karen Hunt.
I, Karen June Hunt, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua District the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Councillor Hunt. Robert Kent. I realise you're not councillors till you.
I, Robert Duncan Stevenson Kent, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua District the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Quickie. Oh, you can. Rajmesh Kumar.
I, Rajmesh Kumar, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua Lakes the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other, dated at Rotorua this 25th day of October 2016.
Well done. I signed both. Oh, we need it. We've got the wrong one here. We've got Trevor. No,
I was just about to say.
well done. Good spotting.
I thought I might have to change my name to Trevor to be part of the hour.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yay. Now Trevor Maxwell. Yeah.
Eh? Yeah, which one? This one? I, Trevor Rotorua Maxwell, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua district the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act. Dated at Rotorua this 25th day of October 2016.
Well done. Now you sound both there.
Thank you. I, Mary Gail Rokawa Tate, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua district the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act, dated at Rotorua this 25th day of October 2016.
I, Charles William Sturt, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua District the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002 and the Local Government Official Information and Meeting Act 1987, or any other act, dated at Rotorua the 25th day of October 2016.
just need another pen.
I dare say best for last, but so I, Tanya Arihia Tapsel, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of Rotorua the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council. By virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act, dated at Rotorua's 25th day of October 2016.
Item 7 on the agenda, recommendation 1, receiving a staff report, declarations. The recommendation is that the declarations by Mayor and councillors be received. Do I have a mover? Thank you. And a seconder? Councillor Hunt. All those in favour, seems funny to say this, please say aye. Thank you. Thank goodness that one's passed. Next, recommendation 2, the legislative advice for the incoming council. It's on page 9. A mover and a seconder that the report legislative advice for the incoming council be received. Thank you. Seconded. Meripeka Rokawa Tate. All those in favour, please say aye. Contrary? Carried. Jeff, was there anything you wanted to overview?
Through you, Your Worship. Yes, this report, councillors, really is discharging an obligation that I have to you to bring to your attention any legislation which pertains to your role in the future as a councillor. One of the things that we will be covering over the next series of workshops is the various pieces of legislation which we are actually obliged to operate under, but also the Code of Conduct, which will be an item, I think, in a later December workshop.
Thank you. Move to item 7.3, recommendation 3, appointment of a deputy mayor. I have a mover that the report appointment of deputy mayor be received and that council affirms the appointment by the mayor of Councillor Dave Donaldson as deputy mayor. You moved, you seconded, Councillor Karen Hunt. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Contrary? Carried unanimously. Congratulations, Dave, and I want to personally pass on my congratulations. I've enjoyed working with you. It's not an easy role. It is the role that keeps us as councillors to account, holds us to account, and you did that with the utmost integrity and respect during the first term, and I look forward to working with you this term.
Thank you, Your Worship, and can it be noted that I abstained from voting on that particular item? And Your Worship and councillors, thank you for devolving this role to me again for the coming term. It was challenging in the last term, but I'm confident and I'm absolutely committed to the value of relationships and working together, not only as a community and our relationships as a council with our community, but our relationships and our mutual respect amongst ourselves as elected members and with the members of our associated boards of the Lakes Community Board, the Rural Board and Te Tato Te Arawa. So with those few words, it's great to be here and great to be back in this role. Kia ora.
Thank you, Dave. And now we move to the last item of business, recommendation for setting of the first ordinary council meeting for the triennium on page 21. A mover, wow, he's hot off the mark. I'll read it first. That the report titled Setting of the First Ordinary Council Meeting for the Triennium be received, and that the first ordinary meeting of the triennium be set for Wednesday, the 26th of October at 9:30am. Moved by Councillor Gould, seconded by Councillor Rotorua Tate. All those in favour, please say aye. Contrary, carried. Well, I'd like to thank you all for closing the meeting. I would particularly like to thank Ngāti Whakaue and Te Arawa for the very significant pōwhiri. I recall being at Tamata Kapua and welcomed on at the last term of council, but how things have changed that we can now open our Galeria to such a dignified welcome for new staff. I would say, new councillors, I would say it's probably unprecedented around the country, but it truly does symbolise the way that we intend to go forward, and thank you for that. Thank you for staying, everybody. It is a very important ceremonial component this morning, and what am I inviting? Oh yes, I'm inviting everybody for lunch in the Galeria. So I now declare the meeting closed at 11:45. Thank you, everybody.